Welcome to Ball Talk Deep, where we talk deep about ball. It's Andrade and Irwin back at it again. You guys know what it is. We're doing the NBA team profile series, talking about the ceiling and the floor that we have for each team moving forward going into this season. We did the bottom five in the East, bottom five in the West, and every team after that got their own individual video. And today, we're going back to the East. We're going to Philly to talk about the Philadelphia 76ers.
This is one of last year, man. It's probably one of the most disappointing teams in the NBA last year. Because if you look at our previous videos, I'm like way back when our contender-pretender series, or when we're talking about the Eastern Conference, two teams that you were thinking about when it comes to contention are the Bucks and the Sixers, and obviously the Celtics as well. But man, did they disappoint last year, man.
They've been disappointing for too long.
For too long, man. And they did a little bit of switch on the process. But like Andrade is going to tell you, he thinks it's time to change that process and rip it up. But I'll let Andrade tell you, man. Sixers, what do you think about them? Ceiling, floor?
Bro, I think you know this. I've been low on the Sixers for 2+ years now. And it's still not changing with Daryl Morey and Doc Rivers being added to the front office. For 2+ years, I've been preaching I don't see the Embiid Simmons duo working out. And they decided to still keep it, but make moves all around them, from the front office to the roster, like removing Al Horford and Josh Richardson.
It's a miracle
and then
got rid of Al Horford.
and then adding Danny Green and Seth Curry. Now, unless Doc Rivers taps into his best peak coaching abilities and talent, I don't see Philly reaching the finals, which is what they've been aiming for with their 2 stars players for a minute now. Yeah. So anything other than that is a miss. It's a disappointment. It's a letdown. They're just stuck like a lot of other teams, but they're on the upper end of that middle stuck hierarchy. They're like a middle-class family that's doing well for themselves, brings in money and relevancy, but just hasn't broken into the next class, and probably won't until they face the reality that the stars they got during that whole process era won't take them to the promised land. And that's it. It is what it is with this team.
What's their ceiling and what's their floor?
Ceiling would be reaching the playoffs, obviously, around as high as the 3rd, more probably 4th to 5th, maybe even 6th seed. And floor is 7th to 8th. And there's a part of me that thinks like they might implode so bad because they've been trying with this duo for so long and trying to make this process Sixers work for so long that they just might implode so bad they missed the playoffs.
Look, man, this team probably has like the highest difference between their floor and their ceiling. They definitely have talent in the roster. Daryl Morey, he got to work as soon as he got there. They brought a respectable head coach in Doc Rivers, and Morey got to work and we're bringing something that they needed, especially with the type of roster that they have. They brought in some shooting. They brought Danny Granger, and they brought Seth Curry. Mm-hmm. So that's definitely going to help it out as well. They were able to ship out Al Horford as well, so the paint's going to be less clogged, because that's the problem that they had last year, obviously, with Ben Simmons, with Horford and Embiid taking up the paint. Ben Simmons can't shoot for shit still. Joel Embiid.
He says he's gonna come back with that 3-point shot this season.
Joel Embiid is a freaking monster, on the low post. But for some reason, this guy likes to hang out, in the 3-point line all the damn time. So
he wants to be a guard.
And he has these games that are you see some monster games from Embiid, but then you hear on the news this guy scored 0 points or he got 0 rebounds or some shit like that. So. Look,
he needs to go to an organization/culture that can help bring out his full potential, and he knows exactly who I'm talking about.
Well, what are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. His boy Jimmy, man, he's waiting for him.
The CEO of Big Face Coffee?
Yeah, bro, I'll take it. Look, if Miami can't get Giannis,
yo,
I'm cool with Joel.
Yeah,
I'm cool with Joel.
I can't believe this is turning into a Miami Heat episode.
Nah, chill.
No. But look, man, real talk, it's really going to go based on how much Doc Rivers can get out of his 2 stars.
And also, what moves Daryl Morey might make during the season, maybe he starts, because Daryl Morey to me is one of the best GMs in the game. Even though I do feel he dragged on that Harden experiment for too long, and the Rockets are still dragging on that Harden experiment for too long, but Daryl is risky. He balls out, always tries to win. So maybe he does, some Pat moves like what Pat did last season with the Heat, and some mid-season moves that carries him over the hump.
Well, you gotta give Morey some credit. Is he's not afraid to make the risky trades. Imagine nobody thought when he was in the Thunder coming as a sixth man that James Harden was gonna be a superstar. He was talented,
Yeah.
but Daryl Morey, he pulled the tag, and he got
I
in.
saw the offensive potential in this young man.
He got in as much as he wanted. But look, it's gonna go based on Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, their health, and how much the chemistry on this team.
For real.
If all of that plays well, and the fact that they play in the Eastern Conference, they definitely have enough talent that I don't see any reason why the Sixers can't be a number 3 seed. As a ceiling, they'll win a playoff series. Maybe they could win another series as well, depending on the matchups, and maybe make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. They do have the talent. Their floor is shit, man. Joel Embiid, you see the injuries creep up again. The man can't stay healthy.
Nope.
Ben Simmons has a disappointing season for his standards. The pieces that they got, they don't work out, and they barely make the playoffs as an 8 seed or a number 7 seed.
Which would still be a huge disappointment.
It'd be a very huge disappointing, and it's gonna get louder and louder for Philly
Reset button.
on the reset button and ending the process completely.
Please,
But hey,
just do it, Philly. I'm telling you.
we'll see, man. Hey, there's a lot of things, there's a lot of uncertainty going on.
At
right
least
now.
they're relevant because of the stars they have. Actually, they're very relevant because not only do they have star players, but they have star executives. Because Doc Rivers and Daryl Morey are star relevant names in the NBA.
It could be worse, man. At least you have 2. We'll see what happens. For all we know, Ben Simmons, gets better with his shooting and shit. You start seeing,
He said mid-range and 3-point he's been working on this summer. But I feel like he said the same thing last time.
I feel it's kind of like a broken record. It's kind of like with Isaiah Thomas
I'll
saying.
believe it when I see it in an NBA game.
It's kind of like
consistently.
it's kind of like with Isaiah Thomas saying, "Yo, I got my speed back. I'm good. Somebody sign me."
I do. Oh man, but him, I do actually hope he gets a shot. He does say that a lot, but I just want to see him get a shot, man.
But anyways, guys, we'll see what happens. We appreciate all the love and the hate. You guys already know. You can catch us on Insta, on TikTok, on Twitter, on Ball Talk Deep, where we talk deep about ball. We'll catch you guys soon, but for now,
Take
later.
care.